human evolution and the theory. Is it theory or is it fact? That's what we're talking about tonight on the Elite Thinking Club. So, welcome everyone everywhere. I'm Chris Jules Julian, and I'm joined tonight by my co-hosts Mads, Liz, and Michael. You all right, guys?
Hi.
Yeah. So I wanted to do an episode on, evolution, right? And it's specifically human evolution, because I came across something the other day, and I've always felt it inside anyway. I've always thought about it, and that is, I don't think we are from this planet. All right. And I know it's a bit. What? A lot of people might not agree with this. So before we do start this talk, I'm going to say, like I always do on every episode, you cannot change anything unless you're willing to understand it. And you cannot understand it unless you're willing to explore it. A good debate doesn't get ugly. We may talk of things that make people feel vulnerable. Beliefs held sacred may be challenged because of life experiences. But we're not trying to make people wrong or to incite a riot, but simply explore. So welcome to the Elite Thinking Club.
Hello.
Right. If you haven't done so already, guys, hit that like, hit the subscribe button as well, and support our podcast. It'd be much appreciated. And also, if you wanted to, you can buy yourself a hoodie at the www.elitethinking.club shop. Right. How are we doing, guys? Everyone all right?
Yeah, very good. How are you?
Yeah, good.
These days, weather is crazy heat, isn't it? You loving it? Got a tan.
I love the sunshine. Love.
Everyone feels good. So, guys, yeah, quick one. I just want to say, human evolution, right? I don't think, or no, I do think, but I don't believe we're from this planet. I was thinking about this the other day. I was walking along and I just thought in my head, not one part of us is actually equipped to survive on this planet. Now, the reason why I said that is because I was looking at this bird flying, and this bird was just soaring in the sky, and I was like, you got wings and you probably got eyesight like that can ×4 zoom and stuff like that, you know? Then I thought about the sharks in the ocean. They can smell blood from miles away. And then I thought about all the other animals on this planet, and it just made me start comparing. I was thinking, we don't have mega speed, like we don't have fur, and we just aren't really equipped for this planet. Why are we even here? Like, who put us here? Like, if evolution is real, if it is real, and the theory or the fact, whatever you believe, theory or fact, if it's real, surely we'd have zoom lenses for eyes.
The problem with that, though, is that because we're at a point that we can make stuff. So you say zoom eyes, yeah, but that's why we've got binoculars. So we wanted something, so we made it. We can't fly because we don't have wings, so we made planes so we can fly. If we didn't have this stuff, we might have evolved to the point that we could do this stuff, but it was easier for us to just make it.
But this is my point, Michael. Like, if you're looking at other animals on this planet, they must have been around like the same timeline as us, right? So why is it that some developed wings or eyesight or super speed, yet we just didn't? Because at that pinnacle point, we didn't have binoculars, bro.
Yeah, but so what happens is when evolution happens, so let's say 1 million fish give birth. One of those fish might come out with something different to the others. And if that makes his life easier, then that's who then makes more babies than the rest. So then say a fish can speak, yeah? 1 in 1 million fish can speak. I mean, I'm going to extremes here. But that speaking means that it survives over the other fishes, then that is the one that's going to proceed on to the next one.
All right,
so that's why all these animals have got what they've got, because that's what has preceded, and that is the best on their lineage. But as humans at the moment, we are the best at what we do because we can do stuff like planes.
I want you to really think about what I just said. Like, really think about it. Take into consideration that we still grow hair on our heads non-stop. yet the hair on the rest of our body stops. Why is that?
Where does it stop?
That is
Well,
strange, actually, when you think about it. Why does it stop?
Like on my hands, my arms, I've got hair, like, you know, arm hair and armpit, but it just doesn't, like, my hair doesn't stop growing, Michael. My point is this: if we evolved, why is it that we evolved to only have certain things like hair, like fur, if you will, natural fur, stop growing on the rest of the body but keep growing on the head? I just don't get that. Where's the evolution in that? What's the point? But what's the point? But what's the point?
We don't need fur. Because we don't
because
need
we used to be covered, didn't we? We used to be covered.
Yeah, and then we made a technology like clothes, so then we don't need as much hair now. But because we don't cover our head,
and I suppose we've got radiators now, haven't we?
Yeah. So because we don't need it, evolution has stopped it.
This is bogus. Look, yeah. Here's another thing. So there's some people out there.
I am with you, though. I am with you, Jules. I do think we were put here.
Okay, because I got this feeling that everything else on this planet has evolved for the planet. They've done very well, but for some reason, like, we just don't. Go on, Mads, fancy a hug. Go on, Jackson.
Here we go.
There he is. Talking about evolution.
Oh, God, he's heavy. Yeah, I don't know where they came from. Bulldogs. Goodness knows.
You know what?
So I'm not saying that I don't believe that we come from. I mean, we've said this before. So I think there was matter A on Earth and matter B that come from another planet. And then when those two mix, that's what then starts the evolution chain.
Right. So I went to a museum over the weekend. They were showing this Neanderthal, and they were showing like cavemen times when they were making flint stones and arrowheads and stuff like that. And we weren't the only humans on the planet. There was different types. It just, we were the dominant. We out survived the rest. And that just brings me to the theory that, was it just some sort of test experiment? Like, in order for things to survive, like, say, living things like us, we need oxygen, right? We need oxygen. That's the first thing. Then obviously, like, we need food, fuel, just fuel. I was going to say fuel. Now, my theory is that Venus is very, very hot and Mars is very, very cold. And if you imagine Earth like my microphone, they're both roughly the same distance away from Earth, in opposite directions. So my theory is, imagine some sort of ant farm, if you will, an ant farm for a child. Imagine if they had like a heat lamp, which would be the sun, and then they put like one ant farm close to the heat lamp, one in the middle and one further away, and then they just put ants in those ant farms just to see what happened. Granted, because there's oxygen in Venus and there's oxygen on Mars, we've discovered that. But obviously there's no life form because we can't survive. It's just magical how any closer to the sun we'd burn to death, any further away we'd freeze to death. But I just don't think we're from Earth. Now, I've been battling this for time, like quite a long time, and people think I'm crazy. But when you watch the sunrise and you watch the sunset, and you get a little bit hypnotized, I get the same feeling when I stare at the stars. Like when I look at, especially Orion, I don't know how else I can explain it. When I look at Orion and Orion's belt, I feel like I just get the same feeling. It's like a pulling force. I don't know what that is. I must be sounding crazy. I must be sounding.
You don't sound crazy to me. I think the same. Like, not obviously in the way you have explained it, but I do get it. Like, I just don't think we no, I do think we were put here. I don't think we come. I think there's more out there, and I don't think we. I don't know. I don't think there's so many things that don't add up. Or when you sit and think, how about this? How about that? Like you said about the hair, there's so many other things, and it, yeah, it just doesn't make sense to me.
So do
So
you think we
I
just
think
put
there
here
is.
or we landed
I think we were put here.
by a being or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we're not exactly evolving, are we? When you talk about evolution, you would keep the good stuff. Why have we got rid of the good stuff? So my point is that no animal that can fly would decide to get rid of its wings. No animal with zoom eyesight would choose to get rid of that. Why would you get rid of that? You'd keep it. Yet we, like you've just said, Michael, if you've got bad eyesight, we give you binoculars or glasses. That doesn't make sense. That's backwards. That's not how we evolve at all.
It is, because like I said, we've got to a point, and it even says here, a research phase says, so the question is evolution over for us or for other apes? Certainly not. Humans are continuing to evolve, but now the evolution is driven as much by our culture and technology we've invented as by our biology. So what I'm saying is, because we've made technology, it's slowed down our evolution because now we've got lazy.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Do you believe? All right. If you're watching the episode right now, we'd love to know what you think. So hit the comments. Let us know what you think on this. And if you can help us understand more of this, obviously we're here to explore it. Just put the comments down. And if you haven't done so already, hit the like, hit the subscribe, and check out a few more of our episodes so you can really get a feel for what we do here at the Elite Thinking Club. Right. Do you believe we've evolved from apes?
Me personally.
Just anyone, guys. You can be honest as well. No judgment here.
Yeah, that's what evolution tells us that we did.
Yeah. No. I think that's what we're made to believe, and that is what we should be believing. But I don't think that is. No, I think we come from another place.
I'd love to test my DNA. When they do this ancestry.com or whatever it is, yeah, I want them to like take an ape's DNA, take my DNA, and see if there's any trace. Because I don't think there is. You think you've really got ape blood? Yeah, do you think you've got ape blood running through your veins?
No, don't do that. Don't send your DNA there, please.
Oh,
That's a whole nother episode.
Oh. Right. Yes, mate. Yes, Liz. Oh gosh. I never even thought about that. I never even thought about that. People are actually paying to give free samples.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about it. What a great spin-off the episode. We're doing a whole episode on that. That's like next week.
Well, we do share 99% of our genetic sequence with chimpanzees.
99% of a genetic sequence.
Yeah.
So was that the base model that they based us off? Do you think?
No, if you watch it, if you watch the actual evolution, it's so many steps involved. It's like over 140 billion years that it goes through.
Yeah.
Well, maybe they put the chimpanzees here first.
And they just weren't doing nothing.
And they weren't. So then they punked us.
They were boring.
Yeah. So again, Liz, so do you think we landed here and got put here as humans or as a different species? Because at the start, I thought we all had the same idea. But I agreed with the fact that we come from a different planet. But then we come, like I said, we come as a DNA sequence and then grew from that. Not we come here as humans as like a big brother scene.
Yeah, no, I do think that we came from somewhere else and we were formed here.
What? It doesn't make sense to sacrifice the good stuff of evolutionary path. It just doesn't. You would have kept your brute strength. Strength was something that was very important. Why would we give that up?
Oh, we didn't give it up. We've become lazy. If
I
if you want to pick something up, you're not going to try and pick it up with your hands, are you? You're going to use a hydraulic device.
Yeah,
So
now.
then,
Now.
So because we can do that, we're never going to evolve to be able to do it.
Yo, okay, here's one. Here's
another.
here's another theory about evolution, right? So obviously we understand fossils, yeah? Fossils are the remains of like whatever was, yeah? But there is a massive jump. When you see a fossil, you only see fossils at the start. You never see the evolution fossil. So an animal that developed wings, you never see it halfway, like mid transformation, do you?
That's because it would have died off quite early.
But where's the fossil? This is my point. You get thousands of fossils of the same stage, and then all these other stages, they just don't exist. Where's these mid-stage fossils? Like,
Yeah,
where's
it can't just go
ours?
from one to the other. There's got to be the process.
Yeah.
That's because process of elimination. If a million things die with wings because they've got the wings, the ones that have not fully formed wings, there wouldn't have been many of those around. So it's hard, and we're still finding stuff in this whole planet for you to find a matchstick when there's a million other matchsticks. It'll be so hard to find that one that didn't have as many born than the rest.
Nah. You got to come with something stronger than that, Michael. Because what I'm coming with, right, constant is new things. Whereas it sounds to me like someone done very well to convince us that this is it's got to be, because it's all theory. It's all theory. Evolution is a fact, but not in our species, not human. Human evolution is theory. All other evolution is fact.
But no, that's wrong.
Right. Okay. This is why this is awesome. Yeah. This is why this is awesome.
It's either all theory or it's all fact. But it is all theory because scientists will never tell you that they're 100% certain of anything. The highest they'll go is about 99%. A proper scientist will never tell you that.
Yeah, that's science. That's science. Because you have to have a theory and then try and think of a way to explain it. That's science, right? You have to prove your theory, but the beauty of science is that it's open for others to debunk.
Yeah.
Hence, what we're doing now. Like, if someone said to me, "Yeah, you came from monkeys," I'm just like, I just don't. Nah, I can't believe.
So what proof do we have of that? Do we have in books? In the libraries, they've got all of these diagrams where they've told us that's where we come from.
Or 99% share their.
Do we have like
DNA
the archaeology of the Homo sapiens way before us?
Yeah, we've got that as well.
Okay, so let's get this right, yeah? You say that we're like 99% biological, did you say? Was it our genetic build-up? What was it again?
We share nearly 99% of our genetic sequence with chimpanzees and bonobos, which strongly suggests we share a common ancestor.
Genetic sequence.
And there are thousands of fossils documenting progressive, more human-like species in the evolution of our lineage. So there is fossils showing us progressing.
We share ancestors with them.
Yeah. So at some point,
is it not possible that? Yeah. But we still could have been put here. The DNA, and they were both, and yeah, we still could have. Yeah,
I believe our DNA was put here, not by a person, but by a meteor. I don't agree with that human beings got put here. And I mean, I'm only using science here.
I'm with you, Michael.
What are you saying, Mads? What are you saying, Mads? Do you
I
think
love
we come?
it because there's always like that
I
side
get-
and that
Yeah,
side.
I get, I'm with Michael. We will do it. Yeah, I'm science based.
High five.
100%. There's no way that we've just been put here by some other species we don't even know exists.
100%, yeah, Mads.
Far more realistic that we've been like we've just evolved.
Mads.
How
think-
do we know we have evolved though? Like,
Well, because at least
This
we
is
have
the thing,
science
because
to
we've
say
been
that we're
told
right,
and
but
because
we have
there's
absolutely nothing to say that
so there's no chance.
nothing to say that there's even
we're
life
the
on other
only
planets.
planet, and the universe is huge, and there's nothing else out there.
I need to ask you a question, yeah?
Yeah,
Guys,
there might be.
seriously.
There's probably life on other planets, but it doesn't mean that they put us here.
I've got to ask you
Guaranteed
this.
life on other
I've got to ask you,
Guaranteed.
guys, I've got to ask you this. If the books told you what I just told you, would you debunk that yourself? Let's say you weren't raised to believe you came from monkeys. Imagine if you were raised to believe what I just said. Would you sit back and then think, I don't believe that. I think we came from
This
monkeys.
is it. This is it.
Well, it depends on the scientists that are saying it. I believe scientists.
Yeah, but this is my point, Michael. This is what I'm saying, bro. Like, if you are told by scientists that you didn't come from monkeys, you came from something else, right? Just say, for example, you came from something else. Would you sit back and say to yourself, I don't think that's true because I think we came from monkeys? Would you actually put the two and two together?
Well, I'll definitely look into it. But the fact that if a million scientists say the same thing, then I tend to believe them scientists.
A
It's
million
like-
scientists don't say the same thing.
It's
A
like-
million scientists believe what one person said.
No, because they do their own research.
This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. If you tell the lie enough, people will believe it.
You will believe it.
People will believe it. Now, I'm just
you know-
saying, do a little bit more research, yeah, into like why they would
easier
even
to-
want to lie. Yeah.
It's easier to fool someone than it is to convince them they've been fooled. Sorry, but it is.
Ooh. All right, listen, we're not calling no one for you. Listen, everyone watching now, Elite Thinking Club, we're not here to try and make people wrong or inside right. We're just debating and exploring. We really want to know what you think though, because surely you must think this. Surely you're sitting there and you're just going through your head like a few possibilities. Go on.
I know quite a few people that that do think similar to ourselves, Jules, and I think there is more out there, and that doesn't just believe what we've been told with regards to evolution. So, yeah, I think there's more people out there that do, but then there's more people out there that do believe in the evolution process, that we come from monkeys, which it's fine to believe what you believe, but I think it's really good to always
And a lot of people also believe God put us here.
critically think. You know, I think we shouldn't just take what we're told and think, okay, that's all that there is. I think it's good that we use our imaginations, that we use our brains and our minds, and we look into things and we look and dig deeper, because I think that there is much more to this world than what we know, what
I
we're
agree with
told.
that. I totally agree with it. So when
100%.
the consensus is that evolution is a thing, then I tend to the scientists I tend to side with is Brian Cox and Neil deGrasse Tyson. They're the two scientists I go to. They're my go-to scientists. So Dr. Cox says that evolution is a thing, then to me that is it.
Exactly. Oh my God, Michael, he could tell you that pigs fly.
So
They wouldn't.
Yeah, I know he wouldn't, but he could, and you just believe it. But the thing, I like Brian Cox. I think he's got a really good theory on time travel. I watched a little video on that. I think it's flipping awesome how he explained it, which is great. I'm not putting anyone down here. Like, it's explore. Go with it. But what I'm saying is, Michael, you believe this guy so much. Anything he says.
Well, no, if he turned around and went pigs fly, I'd go, hang on a minute. Maybe he's lost his fucking mind.
I don't even think you would. I think you would say, I got to see this for myself. Like, I believe it. You know what I mean? Until someone debunks it. You know what I mean? Look, you know what? I don't think we're ever going to know the truth, but this is the beauty of it. You have to go and, explore for yourself and think for yourself as well. That's another reason why we do what we do, because it's important. It's important.
It's interesting though, isn't it? It is interesting.
It is, because if that be the case, like, if we did come from monkeys or whatever, like apes, right? There's a lot of different apes. Yet they're trying to tell me that we are all one species, like we're all one Homo sapien or something, or Neanderthal or whatever we are. That's hard to believe.
I've got a good answer for that. So, here's a fact. There are over 340 breeds of dog, yet they all come from one kind of wild wolf that existed many years ago. So, that's the same sort of thing with it you just said there. That there's loads of different species of it, but it could all have come from that one and then spiraled out.
But this is my point, Michael. We're not all millions of species. We're the same. That's what they're saying. We are the same.
They're not saying we're the same.
We don't look the same.
We sprouted from there.
What, from one?
Well, if you go all the way back, then yes. But we didn't come from apes. That's where it's. We come from a tiny little speck. Like
you think that? You actually think that?
Yeah. That's what science has told me.
We are going to leave it there, I think. That is a great way to end this episode. It is a short episode. I know we normally do an hour, but tonight we're covering more than just this topic. So, yeah. Okay, wait. Before I close, has anyone else got anything else to say they want to say about this episode? Anyone? No. All right, cool.
Will evolve.
We're gonna take a short break. We're gonna take a short break. But thanks for watching this episode, everyone. If you haven't done so already, hit the like, hit the subscribe button, support the channel, watch previous episodes, and thank you very much. So stay tuned though, because in 5 minutes we're gonna do a second episode. We're gonna be talking about reincarnation. We want to know what you guys think about that, because that again in itself is belief systems. Do you feel like you've been here before? Do you feel like you can remember a past life, or do you not believe in it at all? We'd love to know what you think. So hit those comments and we'll see you in the next episode. So from me and the team, everyone everywhere, peace and love.
See you in a bit. Bye.